Digital access. Full digital participation in the digital world. A real life example about how digital access is being used irresponsibly is in North Korea. Their leader Kim Jong-il allows 3G internet access to foreigners, but he doesn't allow it to his own people. And that the internet that they do have, which is very rare, is very, very government censored. So it's like they're not really given the ability of freedom of speech, but foreigners are, and that's an inappropriate use of digital access, giving it to only some but not others. Digital commerce, the electronic selling and buying of any type of goods. A real life example of an inappropriate use of digital commerce would be the selling or buying of child pornography, which a lot of groups have gotten into trouble for. A way to correct this error would be very careful about the things that you buy on the internet, just like you would about the things you buy in reality. Like if you wouldn't buy something in the public real world, then don't buy it digitally. If you wouldn't buy drugs in the real world, then you shouldn't buy them digitally. If you wouldn't buy child pornography in the real world, then you shouldn't buy it online.
Our top story tonight, police breaking up a child pornography ring with apparent connections running from Santa Cruz to Monterey. Action News reporter Phil Gomez broke the story on KSBW.com this morning. Phil is live in Santa Cruz now with details on how police tracked down the suspect.
Digital literacy, the learning and teaching of technology and the use of technology. An example of digital literacy would be having video and web production class, because we're using technology to learn about technology, about its history and how to properly use it. If you ever want to use digital literacy proper, just make sure that things you are teaching someone by using the internet or any type of digital activity is appropriate and not illegal. Digital communication, the electronic exchange of information. An example of a poor use of digital communication is a company named Enron. They actually got in trouble because they were sharing trade secrets amongst each other illegally, selling stocks because they knew something bad was about to happen in the stock, and that's illegal. That would be an example of a bad use of digital communication. A way to correct bad use of digital communication is just be very wary of what you say. Make sure that all the information that you ever give to another person or that you receive from another person is appropriate and not illegal or offensive to any specific group or individual. Digital etiquette, appropriate actions on the internet. An inappropriate example of digital etiquette is saying obscene or offensive things on like a blog post or a comment board, like putting something that would harm someone like emotionally or psychologically. A proper version of digital etiquette is putting respectful and considerate posts, blogs, and videos, and making sure that nothing on your personal social media accounts is inappropriate. That would be the proper version of digital etiquette. Digital law, taking responsibility for your actions and deeds on the internet.
The unlikely location for a major international hacking group. This bungalow in Wickford in Essex, the home where Ryan Cleary lived with his mum and his brother. The 19-year-old suspected of being a major player with Lulzsec, the group linked with attempted virtual break-ins at Britain's serious organised crime agency, the US Senate and the CIA.
Digital law is taking responsibility for your actions that you do on the digital world. So digital law, a real-life example of digital law would be a group of people trafficking child pornography or narcotics and getting arrested for it because someone found out that they were doing that. Digital rights and responsibility, the freedoms and restrictions extended to every user of the internet. A way to correctly use those rights and responsibilities is to understand that every person who uses the digital internet has a right to privacy and a right to the freedom of speech. but they have to use that appropriately. So that means that even though you have the right of privacy and the right of freedom of speech, try to make sure that the things you have aren't inappropriate or offensive to anyone or a particular group. Digital health, the physical and psychological well-being of a person using the internet.
South Korean police said Tuesday they had arrested a man for apparently allowing his infant son to starve to death while spending days playing online games at internet cafes.
Taking care of your digital health simply means don't let your internet or digital use degrade or deteriorate your psychological or physical health. So don't sit in front of a computer long enough that you get headaches, or don't become addicted to the internet. Be responsible with your internet use. Digital safety, aka self-protection. Protecting oneself and others' use of the internet and their rights and responsibilities.
12 million Americans were victims of identity theft in 2011, which was 13% more than 2010. Research firm Javelin Strategy and Research discovered the rise in use of smartphones by careless consumers contributed to the increase. Smartphone identity theft can happen through a stolen phone, the apps you download, the Wi-Fi networks you browse on, and even text from scammers.
So that means a lot of it is just really self-protection. Just make sure that you make wise decisions while on the internet. Be wary of identity theft. Be wary of people posting false advertisements and trying to trick you. It's simply just being cautious of your interactions, your actions and deeds while using the internet. Just another part of being a responsible internet user.